So, good morning, everyone. Um, as you know, my name is Haile, and this is our course, Global Marketing 2. And as we have said last week, and today we will start our first chapter, that is Introduction to Global Marketing. Okay. So I can see we have almost 80% of the students online. So so this Zoom is working only for 40 minutes. So what we do, what we'll do is we just discuss for about 35 minutes. Then we stop. Then we will continue after 10 minutes or 5 minutes as a break. So I will try to cover the half of this chapter by the first part, and second part we will finish. Okay, so we will be recording 40 minutes or 35 minutes for this chapter. Okay, so let's start our first chapter. That's Introduction to Global Marketing. So last week we have discussed about the course syllabus. We have talked about the course description, the course objective, the topics in this course, the grading system. Okay, all these introductory things about global marketing we have already discussed last week. And also by now, I think most of you are already familiar that global marketing and global marketing and domestic marketing are different. Global marketing is when we are trying to apply global marketing strategies where we have businesses throughout the world, and we try to use these techniques of marketing to sell our products. But domestic marketing is within a single nation. Okay, so just this is as an introductory part. Then today we will talk about the introduction to global marketing, and the course objectives are the following. So we have 6 course objectives in this chapter. The first one is use the product market growth matrix to explain the various ways a company can expand globally. So in this first objective, so you have to know how a company can expand globally. So there are about 4 product market growth matrix. We call them market penetration, product development, diversification. So there are about 4 market growth matrix. These are global marketing strategies. These are used in global marketing strategies to expand globally. Okay, so we will talk about how a company or a firm can expand globally using this market growth matrix. Okay, so that's our first objective. And the second objective is describe how companies in global industries pursue competitive advantage. Okay, so when we say competitive advantage, it is something that you are good at compared to your competitors. Okay, so when we say competitors, for example, Ford, the car company Ford, its competitor could be Hyundai, or it could be Kia, or it could be other car producing companies, same type of car producing companies. Okay, so competitors, when you say competitors, we mean those companies which are in the same strategic group. Okay, because a coffee producing company or for example, a Starbucks cannot be compared with a car producing company, right? Because they are in different strategic groups. Okay, so here in the second objective, we will talk about the means or how these global industries can pursue their competitive advantage and win over their competitors in this global um, uh, business. Okay, and the third objective we have is compare and contrast a single country marketing strategy with a global marketing strategy. So first of all, that we have said there is global marketing and there is also a global, there is domestic marketing and there is global marketing. Okay, so here the strategy that we adopt for single country marketing or domestic marketing and global marketing are different, right? So when we say single country marketing, let's say there is a company or a firm in Korea that only operates in Korea, okay? So this company or this firm doesn't have any subsidiaries or any company in any other parts of the world, okay? So this company is going to use a single country marketing strategy, right? Because it's operating only in Korea. But a company that has a subsidiary, for example, a company whose parent company is here in Korea, but also have branches or subsidiaries in the US, in Europe, in Africa, then this is a global company, right? So for this global company, we have to adopt global marketing strategy. So in the third objective, we will talk about how we can differentiate or how we can adopt marketing strategy for single country and marketing strategy for a global business, which is global marketing strategy. Okay, so we will differentiate these two and we will differentiate also the strategies used in single country marketing and in global marketing. Okay. And the fourth objective is identify the companies at the top of the global 500 rankings. Okay, so the top 500, we'll talk only a few of them. Okay, for example, I can give you an example that the best example for global company or for an international company is a Coca-Cola company. Okay, so Coca-Cola company has subsidiaries throughout the world. Okay, and Coca-Cola company is very good at curving or at preparing its global strategy, which is used in these different parts of the world. Okay, so if you come to Korea, for example, Coca-Cola company uses its global marketing strategy in curved and prepared for Korea. Then it advertises its products according to Korean style, and it does everything that global marketing requires. Okay, and so the best example for global business or an international business could be a Coca-Cola company, and there are also other companies. So we'll talk about them. Okay, and the fifth objective in this chapter is explain the stage a company goes through as its management orientation evolves from domestic and ethnocentric to global and geocentric company. Okay, so domestic ethnocentric means, so when you have a domestic company, or as I've said, if you have a company that operates only within Korea, so your customer base is Koreans, okay? So whatever you do is you are trying to satisfy your customers in Korea, right? But when you have a global company, then you have to care about the culture, the way this people live, how is the politics there. You have to cope up with everything in other parts of the world. Okay, so that is geocentric. when you have to deal with different culture, different political backgrounds, different ways of advertising, okay? But it's domestic and ethnocentric when you have just one standard and you don't have to worry about culture, politics. You just focus on your customers within a single country, and you operate according to the needs and the wants of these people within this same country. Okay, so that we call ethnocentric. So we have about 4 market orientations. So we will talk about each one of them. Okay, so ethnocentric and geocentric are the two, the single country marketing, and the other is in global marketing. But there are also other 2 that we will talk about. So we have about 4 marketing orientations. Okay. So the 6th objective in this course is discuss the driving and restraining forces affecting global integration today. So what are the factors that affect us from being involved in global marketing? Okay. So, and what are the factors that motivate businesses to be involved in global marketing or to have a global integration? Okay, so we will talk about this factors affecting and factors reinforcing, or factors that motivate businesses to be involved in this global marketing. Okay, so we have this 6 objectives. So what you have to do is after we finish this chapter, make sure that you can address all these 6 chapters, I mean 6 objectives. Okay, because these are things that we will be focusing on in our exam. Okay, so after we finish this, make sure that you can address each one of these objectives. Okay, let's start our first topic. That is, let's start with overview, then we will proceed with our first topic of this chapter. Okay, so the first thing is about overview. Then this overview is about when global marketing has started and its necessity nowadays. Okay, so international trade, for those of you who are in my other international trade theory and policy class, so you're familiar with what international trade is. So international trade has been there a long time ago. Okay, like 200 BC, which is before Christ. Okay, so international trade has been there for a long time. Okay, but it has gained its momentum, or it became very influential and determinant like 2-3 decades ago. Okay, so as I've said, international trade has been there a long time ago. So when we talk about global marketing, we are talking about international trade, right? Because so we are not talking about the trade issue, but we're talking about the marketing issue, right? So international trade is when you sell your goods and services to other countries, right? And international marketing is how you can sell these goods and services to other countries. Okay, so we use global marketing for international trade, right? Because in domestic trade we use single country marketing. Okay, so international trade flourished from the mid 80s, 800s to until the 1920s. And Great Britain dominated the world economy, but this has ended. So you remember the First World War, which was from 1914 to 1918, and we had the Second World War immediate after that, which is in 1939 to 1945. So with the coming of World War one, this great domination of Great Britain of the international trade has ended, and also because of the Great Depression and also the revolution in Russia. Okay, then after the Second World War, then this Second World War has brought unparalleled expansion by companies going outside their home market. Okay, so a great movement into international trade has started after the World War II. Okay, so 4 decades ago, which is, for example, in the 1960s or 70s and 80s, the global marketing was not that famous. Okay, because as we have said, global marketing goes with international trade. So global marketing became very famous when international trade became very common. Okay, and international trade has, even though it has started long time ago, it became very dominant recently. Okay, but today, because of the globalization, because of the global competition, because of transportation, because of technology. So if you remember last week, we have said that the 2 major contributors for international trade are the transportation and technology. Okay, ease of transportation has made it possible to buy products from anywhere in the world because it can be easily transported to your location. And the other is technology. Technology make it easy for consumers to buy products online and communicate about their location online, and they can track their products online. Okay, so these 2 things are very, very important in international trade. Okay, so once these 2 things became very developed, then global marketing became the question of survival for businesses. Okay, so now any business, it could be any startup business, when they start their business, they should have to think of global marketing. Okay, because it's a kind of natural phenomena for a business to get involved in international trade or international marketing. Okay, because there is a theory in in business that is called product life cycle theory, and this theory states that businesses usually start domestic, but they grow. Okay, for example, a business will start in Korea and try to deliver its products and services to Korean consumers. But when they start to produce more than the consumption level of Koreans, then they look for consumers or customers outside of Korea, right? Because they grow. And growing is natural for a business. If a business is not growing, then it means the business is dying, okay? So since growing for a business is normal, then production increases. When production increases, it will be above the consumption level of its domestic market. Then businesses start looking for international or global consumers. Okay, so now these days, global marketing is a matter of survival for businesses, because competitors will enter the home market with lower costs and more expensive and better products. Okay, for example, if you are planning to open a clothing shop in Korea, then your competition is global, right? So you are competing with Gucci or with other international brands, Fila, it could be other brands in the world, because consumers now can easily buy these brands online. Okay, So the brand or this business that you are trying to open, the new business, the clothing shop, has to prepare itself to compete and win over these global brands, okay? Because it's easy for these global brands to enter into the market. And since they have experience, for example, Gucci has been there for a long time, or Fila has been there for a long time, okay? So it is easy for them to sell their products at lower price as compared to yours, okay? So it's a matter of survival for a business. If businesses want to survive, they have to consider their products and services as global marketers so that they can win other competitors. Okay, and this is the overview. Now, so let's talk about what is marketing and what is global marketing. Okay, so this two has to be differentiated. Okay, so there is single country marketing and there is global marketing. Okay, and I think it is simple, right? The difference between marketing, actually marketing is when we say marketing, we mean domestic or single country marketing. Okay, or we mean regular marketing. Regular marketing is a single country marketing. But specifically, when we say global marketing, we mean we are talking about marketing which has a scope outside the home market. Okay? So marketing, whether it is global or domestic or regular, is defined as the activity, sets of institutions, and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, parents, and society at large. So this is a kind of broad definition for marketing, okay? So any activity or sets of institutions or processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value, okay? So you have to give more focus to this word, value. Value proposition is very important in marketing, okay? Value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. So this is marketing. So what is the difference between, so in this, when you apply this in a domestic market, then it is called regular marketing or single country marketing. When you apply this outside the scope of the home market, then it is called global marketing. Okay, so there are this 4 piece or what you call the marketing mix. So these are common in these are contemporary marketing primary tools. Okay, so the 4 piece, as you know, are we have price, promotion, place, and product. Okay, so these are the 4 P's in marketing: product, price, promotion, and place. Okay, these are very important. So whether a market is global or regular, they use this marketing mix, the 4 P's. But the way these 4 P's are delivered to the customers is different. Okay, so we'll talk about how these 4 P's are delivered in single country marketing and how they are delivered in global marketing. Okay, but for now, keep in mind that there are 4 P's, and these 4 P's are called product, price, promotion, and place. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about what is global marketing. That we have already said this. Global marketing has, the difference between a single country marketing and global marketing is the scope. Okay. So let's see this product market growth matrix. Okay, so there are these 4 marketing growth matrix. Okay, these are the growth strategies. Okay, so if a company wants to grow or wants to prepare its marketing strategy, its global marketing strategy, then they have to use this market growth matrix. Okay, so there are 4 things here: market penetration strategy, market development strategy, product development strategy, diversification strategy. These are 4 ways through which a company can go global. Okay, and the difference between this matrix is, look at here. For example, we have existing markets and existing products. So take this 4: existing market, new market, existing product, new product. This is how we create the matrix. So when we use the existing market to sell existing products, then that is called market penetration strategy. Okay? When we use existing market to sell new products, then it is called product development strategy. So existing market means, for example, there is a company that sells its goods to Korean customers. So its existing market is the Korean customers. Okay? So if they are trying to increase their sale by selling the same existing products to this existing market, then that is called market penetration strategy. So the example is, for example, you give loyalty cards for customers, right? Or if you go to Starbucks, for example, or they give you this cards where if you drink 5 or I don't know, 10 coffees, then you will have 1 more free coffee, something like that, a reward card. Okay, so this loyalty card or reward card is a market penetration strategy because you are using the same product, you are not changing your products, and also you are using the same customers or the existing market, right? So when we use the existing market to sell existing products, then it is called market penetration strategy. And there are different means through which we can do this. We can market penetrate, okay? And the other is market, when you use the existing market and new products. So this means, for example, a company in Korea, as I've said, has existing market in Korea, but now they come up with a new product. Okay, so Starbucks is one of the companies that has exercised all of this market growth matrix. So Starbucks exists using this market penetration strategy, has created loyalty cards and rewards so that they can sell this existing products to existing market and increase their sales volume. And the same company, Starbucks, has created or has started selling ice creams. This is a new product. They are not used to selling ice creams, but they started this. So they use the existing market and they come up with new products. Okay, so the company is the same and the market they have is the same, or it is the existing market, but now they introduced new product that they can sell to this existing market. So that is called product development strategy, right? And the other is, here we have new market, existing products. So there is already existing product. Okay, for example, Hyundai is producing cars in Korea, right? So that is an existing product. The car is existing product. But let's say Hyundai has never been to Africa, okay? But they anticipate that there are some customers that could buy their cars in Africa, okay? So when Hyundai opens its warehouse or its branch in one country in Africa, then that is called a new market. Okay? So you use existing products, but you sell it to a new customer. Okay? So that is called new market with existing products. Okay? And again, Starbucks has done the same thing. Starbucks has expanded to India and other countries with the same product, but a new market. Okay? So that is one other market growth strategy or market growth matrix that we can use to in global marketing. Okay, so the last one is diversification strategy. So to diversify means to have different businesses. Okay, so for example, Starbucks is used to sell coffee only. Okay, coffee where you go to the coffee house and you buy coffee. But now Starbucks has also been involved in creating or in developing machines, the machine that you use to make your own coffee. Okay, so Starbucks now produces a coffee machine that is used to make a coffee. Okay, so this means Starbucks is now not only selling coffee, but it also sells these machines that that can help consumers to prepare their own coffee. Okay, so you have to know and differentiate this 4 product market growth matrix. Okay, existing markets, existing products. Okay, existing market, new products. Existing market, existing products is called market penetration because the market is already there, but you try to sell more or you try to penetrate more into the market. So as we have said, using rewards or using loyalty cards, you can sell more products or you can penetrate the market. That is the existing market with existing product, which means you haven't changed your market, you haven't changed your product either, right? And the other is product development strategy, where you come up with new product and sell it to the existing market or the existing consumers, okay? And the other one is new market, where you enter into a new market or a market where you have never been selling your products, okay? And the fourth one is to diversify. So diversifying is being involved in other businesses too. Like Starbucks starts producing coffee machines, okay? So Starbucks is a very good example of this global marketing strategy in this in having a very good market growth matrix. Okay, so if you are very good at exploiting this market growth matrix, then you can easily grow and you can easily be successful in global marketing. Okay, so I think I have less than 1 minute. I am getting warning from the Zoom application, and we'll continue from this point. Just take. I'll give you like about 10 minutes of break. Then we will be back. So I will provide you with a new meeting ID and password. Okay. See ya.